Inaki and Nico Williams, two brothers, one club, and a 40-year wait. Inaki Williams always knew his brother Nico was special, even if his younger sibling used to get so nervous he would ask Inaki, already a star in Bilbao, not to watch his youth games at the athletic club academy. Inaki is a pioneer. He helped raise Nico while their parents worked tirelessly to make ends meet, but also paved the way for his brother and other sons of immigrants to represent a club whose policy of only fielding players born or raised in the Basque Country inevitably meant the squad has historically reflected the predominantly white society around it. Inaki, 29, was not the first player of African heritage to represent the club. That was Jonas Ramalho, son of an Angolan father and Basque mother, in 2011, but he is the first black player to establish himself at San Mames, having made more than 300 La Liga appearances, including an unprecedented 251 in a row. Nico, 8 years his junior, is, in Inaki's words, now making waves in football too, and any nerves the youngster feels these days are channeled into realizing childhood dreams of performing on the biggest stage alongside his big brother, mentor, and guardian. As an older brother, it makes me really proud to see how he has grown, to see how he is improving as a footballer. He has no ceiling, Inaki tells BBC Sport. I'm here to help him, to teach him and give him everything he needs. It is a journey that began long ago, and a long way from Bilbao. Their mother, Maria, was pregnant with Inaki when she left Ghana with father Felix in search of a better life. The couple crossed part of the Sahara barefoot. Inaki only learned the full extent of their story when he was 20. He had known his father had problems with the soles of his feet, but not that scorching sand was the reason why. Felix and Maria made it to the Spanish territory of Melilla in North Africa, jumping a border fence, but were detained by the civil guard. A lawyer advised them to lie, to say they were from war-torn Liberia instead and seek political asylum. He arranged help in Bilbao from Catholic priest Inaki Martins, who met the couple at a Bando railway station when Maria was 7 months pregnant, found them an apartment and took them to hospital for Inaki's birth. Martins baptized the future star, even gave him his first football shirt, and became his godfather. He is whom Inaki takes his name from. Not that settling in Spain made life easy for the family. They were given state housing in Pamplona and worked any jobs they could. Felix moved to London in search of more opportunities, working the turnstiles at Chelsea Stamford Bridge, and Inaki, still a child, stepped in to help his mum raise Nico. We had to suffer a lot, says Inaki, who would contribute to the family finances by refereeing football matches before his gift for the sport was enough to bring Felix home and end his search for work. Thanks to God we are all here together now, living a really good life. My parents are getting to watch their sons prosper, which is why they came here. Everything we do is for our parents. On athletics radar for several years before officially joining the youth setup aged 18, Inaki made his senior debut 2 years later in December 2014, sporting the same red and white jersey he wore as a boy. Inaki had a very difficult life when he was very young, explains athletic sporting director Mikel Gonzalez. He knows what his responsibility is, so you can see him like a superhero. His mum is, for sure. Maria would always be there to watch her boys' matches. Nico joined the academy aged 12, when Inaki was already breaking into the first team, and began to forge his own path to stardom. It was incredible watching him play, says former athletic head coach Gaisca Garitano. So easy. He was very fast, incredible speed. Even more skillful than his older brother. Their mother was key for their improvement. Not only in football, but also in the way they are, the respect of everybody. It was very tough for them, Inaki especially. Inaki lived this situation at home very hard, without any money. The character of Inaki is based on that time. He is very humble, always trying to learn from the coaches, and is very respectful. On Saturday, the brothers will try to help Athletic win a first major trophy in 40 years when they face Mallorca in the Copa del Rey final in Seville. More than 100,000 fans are expected to make the trip by air, rail, or 8-hour drive, most without tickets. If Athletic return with the trophy, the legend of the Williams brothers will be immortalized. The club's importance, especially in the Basque province of Vizcaya, is clear. Athletic are an institution, visible in all aspects of daily life. Each baby born in the region in 2023 received a bib commemorating the club's 125th anniversary. So vast is their youth network that they boast more than 160 partnership clubs, and every football-playing boy at under 11's level trains at the club's Lizama base at least once this season. As sporting director Gonzalez puts it, the first song you learn is the athletic song. The first jersey you have is the jersey of athletic. Your first time in a football stadium is always in San Mames. After a friendly appearance for Spain in 2016, Inaki chose instead to represent Ghana at international level. Nico, meanwhile, has committed fully to Spain, making 4 appearances at the Qatar 2022 World Cup. Both are also Basque. Athletic are at the heart of that, providing Basque language lessons for all employees and celebrating Basque history and culture. Even people without a general interest in football see the team as a vehicle for expressing their identity, a sense of belonging. A religion, one taxi driver calls it. He is at a wedding on Saturday but will join the bride and groom in front of the TV for kickoff at 10 p.m. local time. Sometimes you find people who don't really like football, but still they are athletic fans, explains midfielder Ander Herrera. That's unique in the world. You see people who have been season ticket holders all their lives, and they don't watch other games, they only watch athletic. In Bilbao, you find a woman who is 60 or 70 years old. She stops you in the street and she says to you that we have to win the cup and we have to qualify for the Champions League. Right now the city is decorated red and white. Flags hang from apartment windows, offices, and council buildings. One metro station is decked out like San Mames, with a backdrop of fans looking over arrivals and departures. Kids have been delivering letters to athletics headquarters, the Grand Ibaigane Palace, for players to open when they get to Seville. At Bar La Decima, where Peñalos Inakis, a fan club dedicated to the older Williams sibling, meet, you can eat athletic crisps and sip club-branded beer. Near the stadium, in the heart of the city, banners flutter and even a mannequin in a wedding dress sports an athletic scarf in a bridal shop window. The club have been the bridesmaid too many times since their most recent Copa del Rey triumph in 1984. 6 final defeats, including 2 in as many weeks when the pandemic delayed a heartbreaking loss to rivals Real Sociedad, have followed. There is a sense that, with Mallorca 15th in La Liga, this is Athletic's best opportunity yet to end a long wait for major silverware. The brothers, playing either side of the front 3, have been fundamental in this cup run. Immediately after Ghana were knocked out of the Africa Cup of Nations, Inaki flew back via Paris to arrive in Bilbao at 11 a.m. on the day of the quarterfinal against Barcelona. He came off the bench that evening to score in extra time before setting up Nico in a 4-2 victory. Then, in the 3-0 semi-final second leg win against Atletico Madrid, they assisted each other again. San Mames, the cathedral, rejoiced. In terms of football, they are key, says Herrera. But on the personal side they are fantastic guys, always positive, always smiling. Even when they argue, which we have seen a few times, like a brother discussion, it is so funny for us and we love it. Just don't mention La Gabara. In the successful 80s, when Athletic won back-to-back titles and the double in 1984, it became tradition for players to celebrate on a barge on the River Nervión. Some believe talking about it since has become a jinx. Pictures from those triumphs show a different Bilbao, an industrial city. Now it is an innovative hub of contemporary architecture with the Guggenheim Museum, situated on the riverbank where a factory once stood, at the heart of its regeneration. The football club reflects and embraces change, too. Throughout the youth system there are now players whose parents moved from Africa, South America, or elsewhere. Midfielder Junior Bitta, born in Ivory Coast, made the matchday squad last season. In the summer winger Alvaro Jalo will join from Braga. He is of Guinean descent and moved to Vizcaya as a baby.